The year is 1188. It is the 7th of December, and King Henri I of Aragon sits atop a throne that has been weakened in recent years. Henri himself, now at the age of 51, is looking across his lands, trying to properly decide what the future should hold for the Aragonese Plantagenets, whilst also knowing that someone is looking to have him murdered. Hey everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to the channel, and some more Plantagenet Angevin fun on Crusader Kings 3. Of course, last episode was rather, let's say, interesting for Henri, in the sense that there was a failed crusade in the Holy Land, which, let's be honest, it failed because Crusader Kings 3 has not always the best AI. That's to say the least. I mean, the overwhelming odds were in favor of the Crusaders. Had that somehow been coordinated, even in the slightest, they should have just steamrolled through the Holy Lands, and instead they didn't. That time was taken for none other than King Henri's brother to launch a war together with his king, the King of France, to take the Champagne region from his brother Henri. At the same time, there was a conquest war here in Iberia to take Aragon back to Al-Andalus, essentially. But that, thankfully, was thwarted. All this happened when the military was weakened from Henri. He had to surrender because there was no chance of defeating the King of France, and then it turned his attention down to Iberia instead. So today's episode is going to be one a little bit more of reflection to figure out what to do next. What is the right course of action for Henri and Aragon? I mean, one would be to get the lands back from England that they've now retaken in Normandy. In the meantime, look at Scotland, how big they are. The other thing Henri will take a look at is possibly launching a campaign down here against the Grand Emirate in Alsace. Now, he is at a truce with us, but they're relatively weak militarily. We can declare war for our claims. We could pick one and do that, and just move forward and start piecemeal taking that over. We have the allies, we have the overwhelming force, and I think that is the most likely scenario to go after. In the meantime, declaring war on the English is less favorable, to be perfectly honest. Now it's time to reclaim the Duchy of Normandy. That will absolutely happen, but Henri needs allies. He needs them because he's a bit isolated. His only alliances are with his brother, you can't really trust, and with his mother. I mean, those are his allies right now. So he needs to rebuild his alliances somehow. He also needs to work on reducing his stress significantly. All of these things are going to be a focus today. He only has one child left, his daughter, Princess Sarah of Aragon. And many of you have said that possibly it is time for Henri to remarry. Eleonora has only brought him 2 children. They've had a fraught relationship over the years. He does have a lover right now, but nothing legitimate. But also there are plenty of you said, you know, it'd be interesting to have a female Plantagenet ruler. And if you think to Eleanor of Aquitaine, who is one of the most influential Plantagenets, granted she kind of married into it, there is something to that I also find intriguing to explore. So it looks like we're going to lose some lands when Count Nicholas dies because of the way these lands fall. His son, Count Fulk of Rethel, or the heir, it's not his son, it's his brother, is part of France. So, I mean, slowly but surely, the lands of Aragon are being chipped away. So we need an ally. We need a strong ally. And so it is time to look for a spouse in a matrilineal marriage, of course, for Princess Sarah. So if I tick off matrilineal, there's actually the King of Scotland would be open to a marriage. But I would rather say no, because you click matrilineal and that goes away. So we need to find someone that makes sense, that's ideally not within France. So marrying Prince Kazimierz of Poland would be an interesting one. It would bring an alliance with Poland. He's pretty decent. He's a year younger than her, so it wouldn't necessarily be bad. He's got no traits as of right now. We'd have a decent ally. Now, Poland, of course, all the way over here, it would be a while before they could come in. But an alliance between the King of Poland and the Kingdom of Aragon wouldn't be bad. Now, this son is not the heir, but he is second in line. So a matrilineal marriage here would be good. It's the best possible scenario. If we keep looking down here, we've got Barcelona, but the Duchy of Barcelona, they're one of our vassals. That really doesn't help. We have somebody within France itself. Again, not really something that helps us much there. We could once again form an alliance with the Duchy of Toulouse. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. He is trusting Vicence de Toulouse. If we take a look at him, he's not the primary heir. He's pretty far down the pecking order. It would be closer. Wouldn't be a bad one here either. Age-wise, it would kind of work. He's okay. He wouldn't be a bad husband for her to have. It would solidify things within France. It would give claims to the Duchy of Toulouse and all of those lands. I actually like that more than the other one. They are related. I don't really care about that. He's got 4,000. That's a relatively small force. There's also the potential of an alliance with the Duchess of Holland, which they are within the HRE. Lotharingia would probably be more interesting here. He is sadistic, zealous, and humble. He is zealous, humble, and forgiving. One is more martial. One is more diplomatic. Landfried. He is Bavarian, actually. We would do that one's a vastly inferior ally. We need a strong ally, and those just aren't it so far. Now, I think an alliance with the Kingdom of Poland would be very, very good. They're a little bit far away to help us out, but could be a good alliance nonetheless. Lotharingia would be really one that I would like. Does he have any children? No, they don't really have any that would be of interest. So an alliance with Poland, we would, of course, then gain a lot of claims to the Kingdom of Poland. So we will send the proposal to the Piast dynasty. There you have. We have now an alliance formed with the Kingdom of Poland. A little bit less isolated now. Getting personal, in our recent communication with Spymaster Count Vicence, expressed a want to focus on his ambitions and interests more. I could make sure that our coming letters contain more on a topic close to his heart. I have heard he appreciates feasts of war. What is he here? He's also more learning and intrigue. The ruling of a realm interests him. Surely subterfuge and intrigue. I think that probably is a little bit more along his line of thinking. In his response, my spymaster Kavi says, encourage my slight dip into more personal topics. What a treat that he also is interested in intrigue. Well, it makes sense because, he is the spymaster after all. Look here at court, we have a royal lapse. The pageantry of court continues day after day from dawn to dusk. Marie extemporizes on my greatness, spouting platitudes and praises. Nearby, Duke Pierre joins in, playing to the crowd, grinning stupidly and expecting a sign of my favor for his antics. A deep, insistent desire to retire to the solace of my chambers and lock the door slowly builds, gnawing at my mind and distracting my attention. A lone bead of sweat trickles interminably down my brow. Marie notices my distance, inquiring, "Are you all right, my lord? Forgive me, I have other business to attend to." Very good. No, other business to attend to. I think that makes sense. We're no longer overwhelmed by stress. Very, very important. Need to get that stress down, and then we can kind of see what the future holds. You can see now Count Vicence is close to positive. Once he's at positive, we'll work on Countess Catherine. Everyone else in our council does like us. Duke Pierre is a big fan. So we do have this murder scheme against us. It's discovered. Success chance at 5% right now. It'd be good to know who all is involved. Of course, we're trying to get rid of Duke Richard. And we can convince Reeves Vitem Onaf, son of Salford, vassal in the Kingdom of England. How much would bribery cost? 100? Yes. We're gonna bump that up even further. I want this guy, Duke Richard of Lancaster, dead. He's actually been imprisoned, it looks like. Aha, doesn't that make it significantly harder to do anything with him? He's allied with York and Wales, unfortunately. You can declare war here. He's now it's pretty equal. We've got 20,000, and that's pretty much just down to Poland. But I would want to wait until he is wrapped up in another war. That has worked in our favor twice before. It was most advantageous, of course, when we initially conquered all of Normandy. So we're going to wait for that opportunity. So inspired person can be sponsored. Inspirations. And we will, in fact, do that. 91. Yeah, we'll do that. See what else we can add to our inventory, so to speak. We've got our regalia. Anjou regalia. Got a trinket slot open here. So we can add the moniker's horn. Spousal opinion goes up, fertility goes up. So we will equip us with said. We don't have anything else here. Oh, we do. We have Masterworks armor. So we'll add that on there. Antiquarian, we need to find one. And current content empath. Suswil. We will appoint you to be our antiquarian. As such, we do have a few things we can have her work on. It looks like we still have a long ways to go till that goes down. The scriptures, ancient plaque, black boarhide. It's all gonna be a little bit until they all fall apart. So, nothing I'm overly concerned with right now. A name to remember. My knight, Arnau Miro, approaches me with a thoughtful expression. Is there anyone special to you, my lord? You must read my irritation at such a personal question from my face, because he continues, is there anyone you wish to dedicate your commissioned artifact to? It is turning out well, but a meaningful inscription would make it feel even more personal. Only the Lord guides me to my beloved Eleonora. So we can see they are actually dealing, and by they, I mean Alsark is dealing with an internal war. Oh no, the gift. Duke Othan has sent me a gift, a lavishly decorated box filled with gold. As I run my hands through the coins, I feel as if the room starts spinning around me and my breath grows short. How unexpected, and what a curious effect. We are dying. Okay. Henri is dying at death's doorstep. In the meantime, does he want to launch an Iberian war down here? Councillor Catherine has died. Everyone's dying. So let's find a new councillor here. Duchess Blanche of Berry. Put her in charge there. So a lot of agents are joining the scheme to murder the Duke of Lancaster, who holds these Norman lands here. In the meantime, Henri is just kind of waiting. Interesting thing here is that the HRE actually has lands here right now. So the Holy Roman Empire is sitting on our doorstep as well. So our court grandeur has increased. Maybe it is time, one last time, to hold court for Henri. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so they can simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call upon them. And we gesture for the first to approach. My vassal, Baron Eustache, hurries to my side, his bloodshot eyes searching the assembled court. My lord, I am sure someone in the kingdom is out to get me. I have no evidence, but suspect Duke Pierre, given his reputation for villainy, comes for my throat. I beg you, imprison Pierre, put a stop to this madness. By God, he must be stopped. I will question Duke Pierre. So that really didn't go anywhere. 2 of my vassals are pushing one another and jostling to reach my throne first. Mayor Adalbert bows before me. My lord, murder is wanton in the city streets throughout Kingdom of Aragon. It would be civilizing if we instituted a ban on townspeople bearing arms, at least within city limits. Count Jocelyn kicks him out of the way. Safety is each man learning to protect himself. Banning carrying of weaponry will castrate the townspeople. We shall solve this safety debate with violence. Okay, so they will fight against each other. Apparently craven means keep your swords. We shall ban the weapons. Weapon ban in cities for 50 years. Danger goes down, control growth goes up. So, yes, let's do that. An ancient figure approaches my throne with a click and a tap of his cane accompanying each step. My lord, I am a genealogist, and you are aware you are of noble origin. However, noble is not quite the same as divine or mythical. I desire to write a scroll which shall trace your complete lineage back to the dawn of history. For a mere few gold, I can reveal the truth to you and the world. You are a true descendant of the kings of the Visigoths. Excellent. Ensure the list is excessively long. And now, my business here is done. Is this possibly the last time that King Henri holds court, given that he is, in fact, dying? After a few days, the genealogist, Alain, returns. He unfurls a scroll long enough to encircle one of my provinces. My archbishop trips over it slightly as the unfurled end rolls to my throne's foot. I have here the truth of your origin, my lord. He clears his throat and begins to read. Today we unveil a great history. Standing before us is King Henri, son of Duke Fulk III of Berry, sired by the fearful Duke II the Greedy of Berry, fruit of the loins of Duke Geoffrey I of Berry, son of the remarkable Duke I of Berry, child of Geoffroy Rogogne, will need a few eyelids around the court begin to droop. It's time for a nap. I shall dream of my own glory. No, we're not going to do that. We're patient. This thrills more than any ballad. I am on the edge of my throne. So I think in light of everything that's happening right now, it might not be bad to launch a military campaign down here in Iberia and expand our lands here. We move our rally point down here to Alcanis, and then take a look here. And if we declare war, we're overwhelming favorites to win this one. So we'll start with the Wilaya of Burjana and declare the war. We'll raise our armies down here. I don't even know if we need any allies. Schemer discovered. My spy master has come to me with grave news. It is my kinsman, Duke Othan, that is plotting to kill me. The cold-hearted fiend. Well, we kind of figured that. Murder on you has been abandoned. I did say we're dying, so is it too little, too late? So now our troops will march south. Siege of Castello has begun. Cask of wine. Richard will attend a local celebration in Anjou. I happen to know that he is a bit of a wine aficionado. I could lure him into the cellar of my castle for an exclusive tasting and then make sure he never walks out again. This will be easy. 95% chance that Richard de Normandie is killed. Murder preventer. Family connections. In the last few moments of my scheme to murder Richard, everything has fallen apart. It seems my effort has been completely infiltrated by supporters of the Normandy dynasty. On the fateful night, everyone else were stopped before the plot was even put into motion. I must retreat before they seek vengeance. What has been lost, I can rebuild. No, we're going to rebuild this. I want this guy dead. In the meantime, we are down here, conquering this, and then we'll just slowly but surely just make our way down the line. Demand artifact. To the spineless King Henri, you have something that should legitimately belong to me. Relinquish it at once. On decline, the English tender touch. Fine. But first let me accept that. I don't really care. Plush and exotic carpet. Plush, vibrant, and soft as the first light of dawn. A merchant presents me with an exquisite carpet in the hopes of good future relations. As I marvel at the fine weave, I am struck by a thought. Wouldn't a carpet like this muffle the treading of feet, even conceal the steps of a bumbling agent? Richard will be honored with such a gift. This would look great in my throne room. It's gained extra vigilant for 10 years. Excellent. Great. Let's see. They are moving in here to deal with that uprising. Oh, they're trying to get around us now. Well, once we win this siege, we're going to track down that army and destroy it in the field. So that one, we're going to move over here now and try to destroy the enemy army and then slowly siege down the rest of their lands. And they have not moved, so we should win this one. The Emir himself is leading this battle, this army, and that could be their undoing. No, but it is for 55%. Inspiration realized, my lord. My knight, Arnaud Miro, approaches me with a wide grin, sweat dripping down his forehead and soot smeared across his face. I have toiled over the forge many days and nights, but finally my work is done. He presents me with an object wrapped in cloth, and as I unveil what is hidden within, my eyes grow wide. A flanged mace of masterful craftsmanship. The wrought iron head is mounted on an elegant wrought iron handle and has been etched to display the repeating image of geometric shapes. Lovely. Alright. Yes, that is lovely. Now it is time to move our army to the south and siege down the rest of them. Call to war. Greetings, King Henri of Aragon. I've studied the vulgar language of many moons, personally penned this missive using the script. Who is this? Count Guillaume of Foix. He has learned dual vulgar, impressive. Send my regards. Dear brother, I call on you to honor our alliance. Join me in the war for Count Anglebat's claim on the Duchy of Champagne. Fine, I will accept that. Not overly concerned with that one. He can probably handle that. We're going to win our war down here, and then maybe head to the north. Oh, they're coming to meet us? Halfway? Yeah, that's fine. They're running right into our army, and that will not end well for them. I mean, that's going to be complete annihilation of those troops, and we have captured the Emir, and we will enforce our demands. So be it. And we have a valuable hostage captured. A few of the old hooks have expired that I haven't used. That doesn't really bother me that much. Instead, now we are going to head up north. Not that we really need to. I'm not overly concerned about that war at all. But I am going to move our rally point back home. We've got a domain we need to give away. So the Castello Castle. And we knew it was coming. Henri the First, the monk, has died after 39 years. And having become king in his own right. King Henri of Aragon has found peace in Christ's embrace at 52 years of age. He died in his sleep. Known for his twisted, conniving mind, he never revealed his true intentions to anybody, not even his closest friends. Queen Sarah ascends to the throne, merely 11 years old. She will need to rely on her regent, Eleonora, during her first years of rule. And we continue as Queen Sarah. So we knew it was coming. We knew all of this was going to happen, but first we need to deal with some holding changes here. So the castle here, she shall grant to someone who is loyal. Eustache, your acclaimed knight and friend. At 53, we will grant him this title. Granting a title above barony rank will invalidate this acclaimed knight. I don't care. He is now there. And we have another land to give away. Mayenne Castle. One of the castles in the county of Sablé. We have two castles there. Or Vendôme. I think Vendôme might not be bad to grant to someone. Henrik Brock, commander and knight. Danish, we will grant the title to him as our glorious commander. Now, of course, we've got council positions that we need to add to. Once again, rebuilding here. So, for a good chancellor, Countess Blanche of Berry, we'll assign her to this position. We need a new steward. And here, Duchess Alamanda of Barcelona. She's a powerful vassal and a fortune builder. Or Duke Pierre of Aragon. No, the Duchess of Barcelona, we will do that instead. Our marshal will be Count Jocelyn of Chartres. And our spy master, again, nobody really likes this, Count Vicence of Orléans, will be a good one here. Now, we got to work on all of these. So first we are going to, can't sway him, because I'm not 12. So these will all just kind of tick along at this point. Let's see here. We've got Duke Richard. He will not accept to be a new ally of us. Why will you not? Just not having it at this time, so unfortunately, isolation is a thing. Even though we're together in a war, that's a little odd. Let's take a look at our people we have imprisoned here. Bakos Dunit. We can ransom him out for 10 gold. Yeah, we're just gonna get some of these people out and get a little bit of cash in. So if we look right now here at the top, Sarah's in a very precarious position. Her prestige is at negative, so can't declare any more wars. Piety is really, really low. Bleeding money right now. I mean, granted, we are at war. That's part of the problem. So, a courtier between friends. My vassal, Countess Margaret, has honored me with a visit and has brought one of her courtiers along. Margaret approaches me excitedly. Well met, Queen Sarah. It pleases me to see you thriving here in Anjou. It occurred to me that Asletan here might be of service in your court. He's an incredibly talented strategist. His mind is always spinning out possible tactics. I would make use of him myself, but alas, it doesn't seem possible. I would hate to see his great talent go to waste. Won't you take him in and unleash his potential? Wow, look at that marshal. I know just the place for him. Well, I'm arrogant. No, it's definitely going to take him. And along those lines, let's take a look, actually, at Queen Sarah with Queen Mother Eleonora as regent. Now, the heir is Richard of Poitiers. He is the heir to all of the Plantagenet lands. So, if he is, of a mind to get rid of Sarah, and he then takes all of these lands, he becomes extraordinarily powerful now. But let's have a look-see here. She is arrogant. So, cynical, arrogant, and curious. Very interesting. She's, poor in diplomacy, but it's growing. She's 11, we'll see. Martial is not her thing. Stewardship's okay. Intrigue's okay. And her learning is average. She actually has pretty decent prowess. Her claims, so her titles are Queen of Aragon. She has the Duchy of Normandy and the Duchy of Anjou. And then the County of Anjou, County of Maine, County of Sablé, and the Barony of Mayenne. And she has her press claims on the Duchy of Aragon, unpressed claims on the Duchy of Poitiers, Provence, Genoa, Saragossa, and Fraga. That's how quickly things can change. And right now, she's only allied with Poland. So, as of right now, Aragon is in a very, very difficult and vulnerable position. Look here, I think she's fine with everything she has. There, we have a dangerous faction being created. Wants to destroy the realm of their liege. Dissolution faction. I mean, these are all looking to destroy things here. It's not good. Liberty faction. We have quite a few in the Liberty faction. And Independence faction, we have Count Henrik. So, things are not looking good for the Plantagenets here, as they were not too terribly long ago. So now it is time to send this army over here into Champagne. And you know what? They're just going to march straight in here and take on our uncle's enemy army. Greetings, Queen Sarah. Due to your minority, a condition which worries the church greatly, I granted Duke Berenguel of Navarra a claim on the Kingdom of Aragon at his request. A travesty. There's not much we can do right now. We're so limited by just this horrible prestige. But for right now, I would very much like to destroy this army in the field. And we have caught them in Mézières. Court grandeur has been decreased, so we'll have to deal with that at some point. But here, a major victory. Enemy combatants have been captured. And we'll just head back here and reclaim this county right here. Alliance formed. So, Boleslav has died. And Baron Kazimierz has formed an alliance. To the rattling Queen Sarah, since my liege Duke Richard now wages war against you, my forces will join his cause. So be it. To the vile Queen Sarah, may your humors rot in your living body, your occupation of lands which rightfully belong to me, can no longer be tolerated. It is time that I see them return to my possession. The French de jure war for the Duchy of Berry. Rally the troops. The war of Count Angevins' claim of the Duchy of Champagne has ended. It was no longer valid to continue. Oh, crud. Alright, it's time to head back here. And we need to call in our allies. And unfortunately, of course, Richard will not join in this war, but the Pomeranians will. And other than that, another one will. I mean, these are members of our dynasty, to call them in hopes that we can defend against, well, the King of France. And odds are the claim that is once again coming from Richard himself. So the attacker is purely the king, who wants to reclaim Berry. And that's a 14,000 man force heading into Issoudun. And we are going to head back home. We need our allies to show up to have a chance in this war. If we look at how things stand militarily, not good. Not good at all, especially because Prince of Poland, those forces are decimated. This is an inauspicious start to Queen Sarah's rule. And Aragon dissolution demand. To my liege, it is time for you to recognize that you are not able to maintain unity of Aragon. It's time to end your rule, or of any others. The region needs more freedom. Accept our demands or face our swords on the battlefield. Guess I have no choice. The Kingdom of Aragon is destroyed. So that sees the Aragon, Limousin, Chartres become independent. I will not be threatened. Rally the troops. And this is the time to end today's episode, as Queen Sarah, the Plantagenets, and the Kingdom of Aragon is at the brink of falling completely to pieces. Let me know your thoughts down below. This is one heck of a series with so many twists and turns I can't even describe. More than I've really witnessed in Crusader Kings 3 in a very, very long time. I'm enjoying it. This is now going to be a rather tricky one to get out of. But anyway, until next time, don't forget to hit the like button. I'm Remble Dragon. I will talk to you soon. Bye.